Hello and welcome to the Bike Century. My name's Ben and I'm really excited finally to be able to show you the first Benelli TRK702s that have arrived in stock. Now, similar to the 502 version, there are two different variants of the bike. There is the X, which is the grey and fluoro one on the left, and the standard road bike. I thought I'd do the video of the two of them together just so you can see, you know, the differences between the two and make a few comparisons. But so far, first impressions are really good. It's a stunning bike, I have to say. The design looks really good. It's quite a compact bike, a little bit smaller than the 500, a little bit lighter as well. So starting at the front of the 702 road bias version, you can see you've got 17-inch cast wheels. They're a little bit unusual actually, because they're like 6-spoke split rims, which look really cool. It's a little bit different rather than the traditional 5-spoke. Benelli have opted to put their 4-pot radial calipers on this with upside down forks. Now the difference between the front end on this and obviously the X is, as I'll show you in a second, the X has non-radial brakes, still has upside down forks, still has twin discs, but you can see it's got wide wheels. So that's obviously the off-road influence coming in there. So really good front end. Obviously it comes with ABS, as you would expect. Big 320mm discs. Some really nice design elements here. So the indicators are incorporated into the front fairing rather than sticking out. So particularly on the off-road version, if you were to drop the bike, you've got a bit of fairing protection. They both come in a number of different colorways. We've decided to go for two completely contrasting colors, just so that you can get a bit of an idea. The actual footrests, the engine and everything like that are all exactly the same between the two bikes. All the controls are the same. The engine's actually just over 700 cc's, a parallel twin, as you would expect, making quite a bit more power than the 502C, which is, I guess, one of the main draws for this bike, and also the price point. Unlike the 502 model, the exhaust is the same. It's shared between the two bikes. With the 502, the exhaust was slightly higher on the X model, but you've got good ground clearance on both the bikes, actually, the road and off-road. There's no sump guard on the road edition, as you would expect, and there is, if you look just over here, there is a sump guard on the off-road. I'm using the term off-road. Obviously this is not a dedicated off-road bike per se, but just to try and differentiate between the two. The back brake on both bikes is absolutely massive. You see the size of the rear disc on there. It's just a single pot caliper, but I guess, you know, they were gearing this up really for people who were going to take this off-road, do a bit of trail riding. Really nice chain adjusters. It makes it really easy to do the maintenance from home, and the bikes do both come with paddock stand bobbins on them as standard. From a rider's perspective, the riding position is really nice. It's very neutral. Your feet are just in front of your body, which gives you a very upright riding position. The seat height, I believe, is just a little bit lower than the 500, and I'm quite short in the leg. I'm about a 28-29 inch leg, and I'm on the balls of my feet with this. So whilst it is still a big bike, it's quite comfortable to ride, and I'm quite confident on a road that's got a bit of camber. From a pillion perspective, the pillion seat is really good on this bike. So as you can see, it's got a really padded seat. The drop between the seat and the pegs is actually quite high, so that means that your pillion legs are going to be at 90 degrees. The back's going to be nice and straight. You're going to be really comfortable. On these first bikes, we're able to offer free luggage. Now, I don't know how long that's going to last. That's a little bit of an acknowledgement from the manufacturer to say, look, you know, we know these bikes have been delayed, so they are going to be throwing in the luggage as well. So get your order in as soon as possible, because I don't know how long that's going to last, and that's about £1,200 worth of kit. If you did just want to fit an aftermarket back box, you can absolutely do so. So you can see here, you've got the top rack that comes on the bike as standard, and there's lots of universal plates that you could put on top of there, and that comes on both models, as you can see. Up the top here, there's a few nice features. So you've got adjustable brake and clutch levers. No heated grips as standard, which is a bit of a shame, but you do get these Barkbuster style hand guards, which are a nice quality, and they've got this metal rail that runs around the front just to add a bit of rigidity there. At the front end, we've got this really nice LED strip that goes around the front of the lights. The lights are nicely tucked into the fairing. All looks very aerodynamic. Got this big beak on the front of it, same as what you had on the 502. Cosmetically, obviously, it's totally different. They don't share any body parts or anything like that. The screen on the bike is surprisingly small. I've yet to ride one, so I can't tell you whether or not that's going to kick the air up over the top of you, but when you look at the 502, it's a similar sort of height, so there's lots of aftermarket options available for these. So if you are on the taller side, that might be something that you do want to actually want to change. So if we come over to the X, colour scheme on this looks absolutely stunning. So you can see we've got these off-road inspired wheels, obviously totally different tyres. These are more road biased than they are off-road, but if you did want to take them off-road you can. They're Scorpion rallies, so they're a really popular kind of endurance tyre that you can see on a lot of bigger enduro style bikes. Styling wise, the bodywork is exactly the same, the lights and everything like that are all the same. The main difference is the wheels. You can see the brakes on this bike are wavy discs rather than the circular discs that you got on the other one, and these are 4-pot non-radial brakes, still with ABS, but I believe the ABS will probably be switchable on this bike. Both bikes are chain driven, as you can see at the back there. Another difference that you'll see just over here, let's just zoom in on that for you, is the fact that this bike comes with a centre stand and the road version does not. That is because of ground clearance, and also you can see that sump guard that I mentioned earlier on just down there as well. Riding position wise, the X is slightly taller. The seats are the same, but you are sitting quite a bit higher up in the bike. Again, at a 28-inch leg, I am just on tippy toes on this bike. I feel quite confident with it nonetheless, but yeah, on tippy toes with the bike. It is quite a tall bike, very, very similar to the 502. I would say, you know, to sit on it and feel the actual weight distribution, it probably feels a little bit lighter. I'm sure the specs will probably say otherwise, being a Euro 5 compliant bike and stuff, but yeah, it's really comfortable. Obviously chain driven, as you can see here, and again on this model you can see the paddock stand bobbins on the back and the matching Scorpion trail. On the back it has got a 17, so obviously that gives you the usual spread of adventure style tyres. Quite a big tank on these bikes. It's actually quite tall. Everything on this is still key operated, so there you go, you can see key operated fuel there. The dash is a new improved TFT dash, so you've got the really nice Benelli opening sequence. It's a no thrills bike, this. Yeah, it hasn't got loads and loads of tech on it, but it's all reflected in the price, and most of it most people won't use anyway. And you can add all the other bits on in between, I guess, so things like heated grips. It's got really nice illuminated switch gear. It's the same on both bikes. You can get into the dash functions using the enter button, so it does have, if I just show you there, it does have Bluetooth connectivity, so you can connect your intercom and stuff to it, or your phone to it if you wanted to. Zoom back out. But I really like the switch gear, it's really cool. Really nice touch. Again, you can see adjustable brake and clutch levers, which is something you don't see on all bikes now. On this side, another nice touch is you get both a USB and a USB-C charger as well. So again, we're sort of bringing it a bit more up to date with, you know, what everyone's requirements actually are. So dash layout's really nice and simple. It's got two modes, day and night mode. So at the moment we're in day mode, I suspect, and in night mode it'll switch over. You've got fuel, you've got temperature, rev counter, speed, gear position, and then obviously clock, and then all your trip information is there. That's all you need really. The only thing I think this is lacking is maybe a slightly taller screen. I guess we'll find out as people start to ride them, and maybe heated grips would be a nice thing to have as well. Finally, let's give it a start up so you can have a listen. Fairly typical sounding parallel twin there. Yeah, we're really excited about these bikes. I'd be really interested to hear what people think about them, especially with how popular the 502 has been. Yeah, they've not disappointed. The specification for the price is fantastic. These are both stock bikes and are available to be sold right now. So as I've said, the luggage deal comes with the early bikes and it's not going to last forever. So if you want to get in on that deal, let us know. We can offer all the usual dealer trimmings, finance, part exchange, etc. So if that's something you're interested in, give us a shout as soon as possible. They're going to be available for viewing at our bike night, which is this Friday, the 8th of August. Any questions, please feel free to reach out. We've got WhatsApp, live chat, all the social medias. Pick up the phone and ask us any questions you've got, or feel free to drop in and you can try the bikes on for size. That's it from me. Thanks for watching and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care.